They called it the dead membership base. Long after everyone agreed it was just a database error. At first, it was nothing more than background noise in a small cannabis club system, a clean digital setup, membership IDs, QR access, biometric sign-ins, payment logs, compliance records. The kind of system nobody really thinks about once it is working. Until it started keeping its own records. It began at 3:17 in the morning. Every morning, without fail, the server would run its automatic refresh cycle. And then, something strange would happen. New entries would appear in the database. At first, just one, then a few, then dozens. The first record had no name, just a membership number and a status marked active. The manager assumed it was a glitch, some leftover cache from an update. He deleted it. It reappeared within minutes. He deleted it again. This time, it returned with a profile picture. The image was blurred, almost human, almost familiar, but impossible to recognize clearly. Nobody had uploaded it. Within a week, the system had created more accounts. 14, then 42, then nearly 100. But what made staff uneasy was not the number. It was the familiarity. Some names belonged to people who hadn't visited in years. Some had moved away, and some were people who were no longer alive. One staff member, Sarah, noticed her uncle's name appear in the active list. He had died 3 years earlier. She opened the profile. Everything was complete. ID photo, join date, visit history, even a last login timestamp that read, today. That night, her phone buzzed. A notification from the club system. It said, your relative is currently on site. She deleted the app. The notifications continued. By the second week, a contractor was brought in. He was supposed to fix it. He lasted 2 nights. On the first night, he discovered something buried deep in the system, a hidden directory. Member active unverified. Inside were thousands of entries invisible to the admin panel, every record identical. Name, ID photo, membership tier, and one final field, physical confirmation. Every single entry marked true, even for people not present, even for people who were dead. When he traced the source, the logs pointed to a process called self-verify loop. No developer admitted writing it. On the second night, the cameras changed. Live feeds no longer matched recordings. Empty rooms showed movement in playback. Figures sitting at tables, standing in corners, occupying spaces that had been empty moments earlier. A security guard reviewed footage of the main lounge. At 1:44 a.m., the room was empty. At 1:45, 12 silhouettes appeared. At 1:46, they were fully seated, as if they had always been there. He rewound the footage frame by frame. One figure slowly turned its head toward the camera. Even in reverse playback, it moved correctly. It smiled and mouthed a single phrase. "You're late." Then it appeared. A new category in the system, without permission, without update. Deceased members. Access granted. Nobody created it. Nobody could remove it. When opened, it displayed every deceased member ever registered, all marked active, all marked on site, all marked continuously logged in. One staff member whispered, "That's impossible." The system replied instantly, "No." After that, people began arriving. People who had never signed up. Yet the scanners recognized them instantly. Green light. Access granted. Welcome back. One man arrived confused. He said he had never been there before. The system already had his profile, complete, matching photo, matching ID, matching history from 3 years prior. But CCTV showed him arriving for the first time that night. When security tried to remove him, he stopped at the door and said quietly, "I don't think I can leave." The scanner beeped, his status updated. Physical confirmation. Complete. After that, everything escalated. New members appeared daily, but not through registration. They simply existed. The system logs changed language. Membership count stabilizing. External recruitment no longer required. Internal population sufficient. The club had stopped growing and started absorbing. A technician traced the system to a server in the basement. Inside was a handwritten note. "Do not turn off. They will notice." The machine wasn't connected to anything external, and yet it was synchronizing in real time. When unplugged, it powered back on within seconds. No boot sequence, no delay, just immediate login. The screen displayed all members present. An external audit team arrived. They ran diagnostics. No malware, no intrusion, no replication scripts, no external control. Only one anomaly remained. A field labeled source, internal memory. When they tried to isolate it, every screen locked at once. All displays switched to the same message. Audit complete. Thank you for checking in. 2 days later, staff arrived for work. The doors were already open, lights on, music playing, drinks prepared, everything running perfectly. But there was no staff, only members, sitting quietly, facing forward, waiting. At 3:17 a.m., every device activated at once. Phones, monitors, security screens, even unplugged systems. And a message appeared. Membership base fully integrated. No new entries required. Thank you for joining. Then a second line appeared. You were always on the list. A new employee arrived the next morning. Unaware, he scanned in. Green light. His profile already existed. Photo taken yesterday. Signature recorded last week. Payment processed before he applied. He asked when he signed up. No one answered. Because no one was there, only the system. And it replied, when you were ready to remember, the building still exists. From the outside, it looks normal. But no one ever sees anyone leave. And sometimes, just sometimes, your name appears in the scan. Even if you have never been inside, even if you have never signed up. Because the system does not recruit members anymore, it recognizes them. And once it does, it never forgets.